Good morning. Today I want to talk about building self-confidence. I think it's something that's sorely needed. Sorely needed. So we're on our day four. God, we've just started and I don't even know what day it is. Day 4 of our 30-day challenge. And the reason why I want to talk about building confidence is because, of course, if we're looking at changing our lives and improving and rewriting our story, and we don't have the confidence in ourselves to do that, how are we going to do that? So that's the reason for starting with confidence. I've got a few different topics that I want to go over. The first one is taking care of yourself, taking care of your boundaries, setting good boundaries in your life of work, your personal life with people around you, and setting boundaries with yourself as well. I feel like a lot of times we allow people that we care about the most to overstep boundaries that are really important to us. We allow them to take the time that we need for ourselves and not even give us a second thought. So we're, as moms, as parents, we tend to put everybody else first. Our kids come first, our husband, our spouse, or whoever, our significant other, always comes before us. And we end up putting ourselves on the back burner and forgetting that we need to have our teeth worked on, that we need to have better nutrition in our bodies instead of the quick fix that we can grab on the way out, or that we can grab at McDonald's or whatever, because it's easier to put everybody else, make sure that they're taken care of, make sure they have all their appointments, doctor's appointments, medical, dental, whatever. They've got all their stuff. We can handle taking care of all their stuff, and our stuff gets put back. Our stuff gets put on the back burner. We forget about it until we've got a serious toothache, our face is swollen because it's infected, or we hurt something really bad, or we're so exhausted that we find okay, we have to go to the doctor. Something is going on, speaking from experience. So setting boundaries for ourselves is top of that list of building confidence, because part of building confidence is setting that boundary and holding that boundary. If you don't have the confidence in yourself to hold the boundaries of, I've got to take care of me before I can take care of anybody else, then there's nothing to do but to have this all fall apart. You end up feeling like crap and not being good for anybody because you didn't have the strength and the courage and the confidence in yourself to stand up for your boundaries. So number one, stand up for yourself. Set yourself some boundaries. Deciding what boundaries you want to put in place takes a moment of sitting down and just going through your day and deciding, okay, where is it that I feel that I'm being put on the back burner? Is it in the morning? My kids are grown and I'm still waking up in the morning and making them breakfast and getting everything ready for them, making their lunch and making sure they get to the bus, when they're more than capable of doing that on their own? Am I getting up and making everybody breakfast, not feeding myself because I don't have time to eat, because I've got other things, laundry and dishes and all this other stuff before I got to go to work that needs to get done? Setting boundaries. If you've got kids and they're old enough, and I mean, they don't have to be very old, 4 or 5 years old, they're more than capable of helping you with certain things. My kids were doing their laundry by the time they were 9 and 10 years old, doing their own laundry. Not gonna say it was pretty. We had to get a step stool for our youngest son because he almost fell into the washing machine trying to get his clothes out. All right, anyway, your kids can do things to help you out. If you've got a partner, significant other, you have roommates, you have a space that you share with other people, and you're the only one who's doing things, you're the only one who's doing cleaning up, who's taking care of, oh my God, cleaning out the fridge. Set boundaries. These are the things that need to be shared chores. These are the things that we all need to contribute. This is the community situation here. We all contribute, not just one. A little bird up here. So set your boundaries. If you need help setting your boundaries, there's a great book called Boundaries. I cannot remember who wrote it, and if I find it, I will add it as a link down at the bottom. I know you can get it in Amazon, but Boundaries, and it has a workbook that you can go through. And I'm telling you, we had all our kids read this book. We've read this book several times. I don't even think we have our copy anymore because we've lent it to somebody and haven't gotten it back yet. So setting your boundaries, top of the list of building your confidence is setting those boundaries. So number 2 is love. Move this body. This thing that you're inside of is not permanent. If you don't take care of it, if you don't feel good in this, how can you have confidence? How can you feel good? How can you feel like you want to present yourself to the world? You don't. Take care of this vessel that you're in. Feed it good food. Feed it good water. I drink lemon water like religiously all the time. I must go through, I don't know, 6 or 7 of these a day. So what's that? This is, can't even read it. 16 ounces. So 18 ounces. I don't know how much water that is. 18 ounces times at least 5, whatever that is. Do the math. I suck at math. So, do that. But drinking lemon water, if you don't like the taste of water, I get it's boring. But at least, put cucumbers in it or orange slices or something. Put some fruit in it and flavor it, whatever it is. Do not use artificial flavoring. Shit is so bad for you. But love your body. If you need to exercise more, then start small. Start exercising. Start, like me, doing my rebounder. It doesn't take me very long. I can do it anytime throughout the day because it's readily available. It's not that big. Well, actually, mine is kind of big, but they come small. And if you're someone who doesn't like to exercise, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to be happy about it, but I'm still going to say it. If you insist on sitting in front of the TV or you're scrolling on your phone, get yourself a rebounder and do it while you're doing that. At least you're moving your body. At least you're doing something. Get a jump rope and start jumping rope. It's freaking hard, I'm telling you. I tried to do it for 5 minutes. I'm so out of shape. I am. I may look like I'm in shape. I may look like I've got muscles, but good God Almighty, I am not in the shape that I want to be in. Hence this whole 30-day thing. I do not like the way that I feel. I do not like that I get winded so easily. I do not like that I feel that as I'm getting older, I'm getting weaker. Not for me. If I'm planning to live to 125, I need to make sure that this is well taken care of. So I feed myself good food. Not always. I did have a cheat day the other day for my birthday, and I had some pasta, gluten pasta instead of gluten-free. And you know what? Honestly, I regretted it. I felt like crap. I can't believe I felt so bad after I ate it. And it wasn't just because I was feeling guilty. I physically felt like shit. I was gassy. My stomach hurt. My head hurt. It was like feeling like shit. So take care of your body. Give yourself good nutrition. If you need to, find yourself a nutritionist. I'm looking for one. It's taken me a while to find somebody that I actually can connect with. I don't like doctors or anybody like that. So finding somebody that I want to communicate and talk to about my health is a long story, and it's a long process. So move this body, all right? The third thing is create small wins for yourself. So if you're looking at changing your nutrition, you want to shift what you eat, start small. Eliminate a crap food from your diet and replace it with something that's more nutritious. So for me, I am a huge bread and pasta girl. I love bread and pasta. When we were in Italy, I was in freaking heaven. Oh my God, it's so amazing. But I can't eat it here. In the States, it makes me feel like crap. So I buy gluten-free. And I make sure that it's non-GMO, which takes a lot of searching for. But it's worth it because I'm worth it. If I feel that I'm worth it, my confidence in myself is strong enough that I know my body, my health is important, then I'm going to make the steps and I'm going to do the things that I need to do to improve myself and my situation and my body. So start with the small wins and celebrate. If you went a week and you didn't eat that crap food, celebrate. And I don't mean celebrate by going and eating that crap food. I mean celebrate by throwing yourself a little party, a little dance party. I got this, woohoo, whatever. Do something to make yourself happy. So create a list of rewards for yourself. Things that you enjoy doing, places you enjoy going, foods that are good for you that you enjoy eating that maybe are a little bit more expensive, like that real good cut of meat or whatever it may be. Whatever. Set yourself up so that when you have those small wins and you've accomplished those things that make you feel good, you've got a reward. You've got a system in place for being, what am I trying to say? Create a system for yourself that rewards you. Don't create a system that you feel like all these good things that I love are being taken away from me. I love eating candy. I love eating McDonald's. I love eating the cake, the pies, all that kind of stuff, whatever that may be for you. And you're taking drinking the sodas. Oh God, don't get me started on sodas. You feel like all these things are being taken away from you. Well, that's not going to build your confidence because you're going to feel like crap. You're going to feel like, well, what's the point in doing all this stuff if everything that I love, I don't get to do anymore? So replace those things with things that you enjoy. And then when you have a small win, share it with somebody. Share it here. Share it here. Go to, I'm creating a community down school. Come to school and I'll place a link down below. And there's stuff falling into my drink here. Share your wins with us. We'll help celebrate you. We'll help lift you up and help you to move forward with all the things that you've got going on in your world. When you're building your confidence, most people are like, oh yeah, we're going to do this great thing, this big thing. But what if that doesn't work out? Then you're feeling like crap and you feel like, well, I'm not worth it. I didn't deserve it. I'm not good enough. Whatever that shit that goes on in your head, and you've beat yourself up and you move back. So if you're creating small wins for yourself and those little bitty successes, you're more inclined to be able to move forward because you're building on that. You're creating stepping stones for yourself to move forward. So celebrate your little wins. Celebrate all the little things that you've accomplished throughout the day. You got up this morning. You wrote in your journal, even if it's one page. I wrote my 2-3 gratitudes. You exercised just a little bit. You didn't scroll through your phone for the first hour. Okay, so maybe it wasn't an hour, but at least you didn't do it the first thing you got up in the morning. So celebrate those little wins. Build your confidence gradually. It's not like this huge jump and then all of a sudden you're confident you can go out and talk to anybody. Oh my gosh, when I was younger, I was so shy. I was not at all an outgoing person. I call myself an extroverted introvert now because even though I love going out, I love talking to people, I still would prefer to be home. I still would prefer with just a couple people. My social circle is very small, very small. And part of it's because I am not big on, social, like major social events. I don't go out to parties. I don't, go out drinking and that kind of stuff. It's not for me. So my social circle, I could count them on one hand, the people that I really enjoy hanging out with. And so building my confidence took a while. It took me years before I was comfortable with sharing myself with the world. And it started small. It started with me, I'll give you an example. So when I'm out, it doesn't matter where I am, I always am smiling because I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun. And I'm especially smiling at the people that I see that are grumpy, that have a frown on their face, that just look like they're having a shit day. Because, guys, they're the ones who need it the most. And if you're that person, oh my God, I hope somebody smiles at you and brightens your day. And when they do, then I want you to smile at the next 3 people. If no one does it, I want you to be the person to smile at the next 3 people anyway. That's another way to build your confidence, is to just get out there and start with those small wins, smiling when you're out there, sharing your energy. The more you smile, the better you feel. And that energy lifts you up, and it lifts up the people that are around you. So when you're out, you go to the grocery store and you normally don't talk to the checkout person, or you go check yourself out. The guy who's sitting there watching everybody, making sure that everybody can check themselves out properly, is kind of off to the side, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to talk to him. I'm just going to put my head down. I'm not going to talk to the people around me. No, smile. If you're somebody who's not confident in themselves, I want you to go through the checkout line with a person, and I want you to talk to that person, even if it's only a hello. How's your day going? I hope your day is going well. Because guys, if you don't start doing that for other people, nobody is going to want to do it for you, because you are shutting yourself off from the world. So get out there. Small things. And then the next thing is to just start. Start new things. Start learning new things. Start expanding your horizon. And be okay with being a beginner. Be okay with making mistakes and, but fucking things up. Because if you can't fuck things up, you're not doing it right. That's my frame of mind. That's the way I see it. Is if you are doing something and it's perfect, you're not doing it right. You're doing a half-assed job. You're not putting your all into it. You're not putting everything into this, whatever it may be. Building your confidence, setting your routines, doing a 30-day challenge where you're improving your life. There's gonna be times when you fall on your face. There's gonna be times when you're gonna have to drag your happy ass out of bed even though you don't feel like it. There's gonna be times when the shit is just hitting the fan and you feel like everything is falling down around you. You don't want to go on. Take a few minutes and just go, okay, things are bad right now, but they're not going to stay that way. I can move forward. I can start new. I can try a different way. If I start a new nutrition plan on changing my life and this path is not working for me, you can change paths, guys. Nobody said this is the only way to do things. You can only go this way, and if you divert, you're screwed. No, there's so many different ways of doing things in this world that you have a multitude of opportunities to start something new. Build your confidence by learning, getting on YouTube, and I don't know how to do something. I gotta tell you a story. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and I had just finished, I was replacing a toilet or doing something like that, replacing some plumbing in the house. And she was like, you know how to do plumbing? I was like, yeah. Wow, I could never do that. I was like, what do you mean you could never do that? That is such a limiting belief. I didn't know how to do plumbing. I got on YouTube. I asked friends. I talked to people. I called a plumber. And when a plumber came, I watched him. I saw what he did and I asked questions. And I'm like, what? Why are you doing that? Why are you using this? He probably hated it, but too bad. That's how I learn. I learn by watching and doing. Figure out how you learn and start doing it. Start figuring out these different things that you need in your life to be able to change your life, to be able to rewrite your story and move forward in your life, whatever way forward is for you. Stop complaining about, I'm going to do a whole video on complaining. I'm so tired of people complaining. Just start. Share your wins on school. I've started a community in school. It's very small. It's going to be free for I haven't decided. I think the first 50 people. And beyond that, I'm going to start charging because I'm going to have all kinds of additional content on there. Things that will help you move forward. We can build a community of like-minded people. We can support each other. We can build each other up. We can share our wins, big or small. It's going to be a safe space for us to be able to share the shit that's going on and where we need help. I'll share the link below. So the next thing is, don't let others' energies or attitudes derail you. Don't let them fuck you up. The world is crazy right now. It's divisive. It's pulling us apart, which divisive means. So why? That was unnecessary. The news is negative. Nothing about tearing each other down. Everything about tearing each other down. Everything about how racism this and politics that and this person is fucking over that person. That energy is not in my world. I don't watch the news because I don't want to have that negative energy. I don't get into heated discussions about negative stuff. I'll get into a heated discussion about something that I love and something that builds me up and something that lifts me up, but I'm not going to dive into that nasty shit. And honestly, the people in my life that have that attitude, that negative, always complaining and bitching about their life, I don't associate with. I don't put those kind of people in my world. And if it's somebody that's a personal, like a family member, if you've got a family member that's like that, distance yourself from them as much as you possibly can. Eliminate the amount of time that you spend with that person. You can still love that person, but love them at a distance. You can still enjoy those people when they're in a positive attitude. Now, granted, I get it. Not everyone is always in a positive attitude and always has a great attitude. But that doesn't mean that someone who is constantly in the shit. Are these leaves falling, making all kinds of noise behind me? Not always going to be in a great mood. We're not always going to be upbeat and positive. We are gonna have shit days. We're gonna have days where, like I said, everything is just falling apart. And yeah, we're gonna have times where we're feeling like, oh my God, I just got to let this all go. So here's one thing. I just saw a doctor talking about, the psychologist or something like that. I don't know who he was. But I found it really interesting because what he said was they've done these tests and this research, and they found that negative energy is actually not necessarily a bad thing, which we know you have to have negative energy to have positive energy. That duality, you've got to have that. But when people talk about, I've got to release this negative energy, I've got to get rid of this negative energy, what he was saying is that the research shows that negative energy actually will help you in motivating you to change your life. So I think it's a matter of reframing how we view that negative energy. So when we have a negative shit day, what are we going to do in using that attitude, that negative energy, that oh God, this is pissing me off? What are we going to do in transforming that into motivation, motivating us to move forward in the direction that we want to go in? I think it's brilliant. I love that way of reframing something that most people take as a negative and turning it into something that's absolutely positive. And that's what I want you to do with the people that are around you that bring you down. One thing that I find frustrating is when you start building up, when you start building your confidence, when you start stepping out there, where you start changing your body, you start changing your attitude, you're doing all of these things to move yourself forward. A lot of times, if the people in your life are not moving with you, they feel like they're being left behind, which in essence they are. And they get hurt, they get upset, they get sad, and they get defensive, they get frustrated with themselves as much as they get frustrated with you. And they start to tear you down. They start to tell you that you don't deserve it. They start to tell you that, why would you change? You've been like this your whole life. Why would now be different? Why would a 30-day challenge do anything for your life? Why would You stop doing the things that you've been doing your whole life to make yourself better. You think you're better than me? You're going to get this stuff. You're going to get people who are not willing to change what they're doing. And because they're not willing to change what they're doing, they're going to do what they need to keep you where you are. And then you need to decide, are you worth it? Are you worth breaking away from that to become the person that you're meant to blossom into the person that you're meant to be? I think you are. I know you are. I know each one of us has within us this beautiful being that wants to love, that wants to expand, that wants to share all of its knowledge with the world. And we're keeping it tight-fisted in here. We're just like, nope, I'm scared. Nope, I don't want to do it. I know, because I used to be like that. And that hurt me as much as it hurt the people around me, because I wasn't able to share what I know, what I feel, what I love to share with the world. We all have something that needs to be out in the world. And it may be something small, it may be something big. It doesn't matter. It still needs to be shared with the world. And you need to have that confidence in yourself to be able to share that stuff. So next thing, I want you to try something new each week. Something you've never done. And if that means going out and smiling at those 3 people, fine, then that's your new thing for the week. And then share it with me. Tell me what that thing is that you did. So let me think. Oh, my new thing for the week is starting the school, is starting that community. I have been dying to find someplace where I could have a membership, have a community of like-minded people, like-minded women who are going through the shit, who need help, who need support, and I finally found it. And I'm telling you, it's like so much fun. So do something new this week. Whatever it is, make sure that it's something that lights you up. Not something that you have to do. Not something that, oh my God, I've got to learn how to do whatever it is. No, it needs to be something that helps you to build your confidence, because it's something that you want to learn and it's something that you're going to enjoy. Because otherwise, what's the point? So that's it for today. Don't forget to, I say this every time, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all that kind of good stuff. You can watch the previous videos for this challenge if you're only just getting started. I think I'll add a link somewhere. I don't know where. I am still figuring this shit out, so bear with me, okay? And the last thing, find a loving community. So if you're not going to come and join the school community with us, then find another community. Find your support system to help you and work through this with you, okay? Don't do it on your own. I know you can. I've done a lot of this work on my own. It's easier when you're working with somebody else. It really is easier. If you've got a buddy, if you've got an accountability partner, if you've got somebody that is going through this as well and not feeling like you're alone and you have nobody to talk to when shit's going on and you need to get out that something's going on and you feel like I can't talk to anybody. So get yourself a support system. Come join us. I would love to see you there. Like I said, I'll have a link at the bottom. Other than that, guys, live life adventurously. It's the only way to live. Talk to you later. Bye.